This video is not financial advice, you guys already know the deal, but we need to talk about why AMC went down about 4% on the day. Some breaking news that Adam Aron just said, which is the reason I think we went up so hard and then went down so hard. By the end of the video, you guys will know exactly what I do mean, but we also have to go over the Ortex data, as well as acknowledge the technical analysis and why I am so bullish on AMC stock. Nothing has changed. I don't care what happens day to day. The squeeze is still on the table, and it's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. So we're gonna get into much more in this video. I don't want to waste any time getting into it. The only thing that I ask is that you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Now let's get right into it, guys. First off, with the technical analysis, we are still in very much a consolidation phase. After we have had this rally up to $72.62, that is where we closed on June 2nd. We've been in consolidation mode in between a low of about $50. Really, we did hit a brief low of about $40, but we bounced back up to over this $50 level. We have not seen this besides where we did close today at $49.96. So this is going to be a pivotal moment going into tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. Now, as we tie this all together, the information that was provided today and why I do think we sold off so hard today, I mean 4%, that's not selling off so hard, but you guys understand what I mean. It will tie it together on why I do think this is going to be a very crucial support level, and that we will ultimately bounce from here and start to get back into the $55 to even $60 range. But keep in mind, we were just at about $55 earlier in today, and this really comes down to what Adam Aron said, but we will talk about that in a brief moment, guys. We do have to pull up the 50-day moving average as well as the 200-day moving average, because like we have covered on this channel many times, technical analysis is a key factor for algorithmic trading programs and a lot of day traders to signify if you should get into a stock or potentially sell a stock. Now, as far as the 50-day moving average, we currently sit at $55.67. That is almost where we did touch for the high today, about 30 minutes into trading, once this news about Adam Aron did come out for the day. Those lights just turned off. That was very weird, but that is almost where we touched for the day. Now, we will have to break out past this to signify a potential rally, at least signifying that we will find this support over $55, which I do expect going throughout the rest of the week. Once you guys have all the information on why AMC did sell off and the fact that I do think we're due for a bounce, you will probably agree with me that we will at least find this consolidation period around this $55 price point, even retesting those $60 resistance levels. Now, 200-day moving average is at $39.11, so that is signifying that would be your best scenario as far as getting a potential bounce. That is really where we started to rally, like I said, from about $39 all the way up to $77 in this single day, and that was June 1st and June 2nd. But I don't think we're going down to the sub $40 levels. I don't think we're going down in general, but if we do, then we're looking at about $40. Now, like I'll say this again, I don't think we're going to. If we do, you're looking at about $40. You will see some major support, but I quite frankly don't think that's happening. Like I said, I think we are going to see a bounce. As far as the MACD, we are obviously pretty bearish right here, considering we did go down about 4% for the day. That is going to happen, but just a couple days ago, this was June 29th, we were very bullish on the MACD, so a lot can change very fast. We're actually overstretched on the MACD to the bearish side, so I do expect this to actually start to turn around into a bullish type pattern. But that is pretty much all you guys need to know for the technicals. We really have to find that support over $55. Now, let's take a look at the Ortex data for the day. We do have short interest change of negative 0.27%, return shares of 3.86 million, borrowed shares of 3.6 million. So that is a borrowed change, or they're saying shorts covered 259,810 shares. Now, that is a tiny amount in the grand scope of the number of shares that do need to be covered, which sits at 93.07 million. The current short interest percentage of free float at 18.19%. So it was a pretty quiet day. Now, The thing that I'm looking at really on the Ortex data is something that I pay attention to every single day, is the share utilization coming down, which it has been, but for the most part, it's been pretty flat. 7 days ago at 86.21% and currently at 85.02%. What I'm looking for, and like I've said in many videos, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you already know this, a key factor that I'm looking at as far as to signify how much the short interest will keep going up is the share utilization. I want to see that come down. So I want to see more available shares to be sold short, and either the short interest staying the same or going up. You don't want to see the share utilization coming down while the short interest is going down. But if you see that opposite going on, where the share utilization is going down, so more shares available to be lent out, and the short interest going up, that means the institutions and hedgies can dig themselves into an even deeper hole. So that is definitely what I want to see as far as the Ortex data. A pretty quiet day overall. Cost to borrow is pretty cheap, not really signifying we're going to see a big move in either direction, but Ortex does not know all. These shorts have to cover. That is one thing we do know. Now, with this positive news that we will talk about right now, I do think this will have a lasting impact throughout the rest of the week, if not throughout next week, and we will break down exactly why this is so positive. But I'm just going to read the tweet really fast for you guys. It says, from Adam Aaron 10 hours ago, it's no secret I think shareholders should authorize 25 million more AMC shares, but what you think is important to us? Many yes, many no. AMC does not want to proceed with such a split, so we're canceling the July vote on more shares and no more such requests in 2021. Picture, it says, I see you, I hear you, I value you. Now, some people were confused what he meant by saying a split. He was not implying that they were going to split the stock. Let's be very clear about that. He implied that he doesn't want to split 50% of people that want to do things in the company, 50% of people that don't want to do something in a company. This will overall help the future of AMC really make accurate decisions that will better the whole entire company. Now, as far as the 25 million additional shares they were going to issue, now, if you guys aren't aware of this, it's essentially just adding new shares. So you are diluting the share price of the shares that are currently outstanding. In this case, 25 million additional shares would be 5% of our 500 million shares that are currently outstanding. So that means your share price would have went down about 5%, if not a little bit more than that, pretty much immediately. And why this is such great news, some people are like, hey, it's not going to happen until 2022. It doesn't matter. The stock market is a forward-looking instrument. So they don't care if it's 6 months from now or a year from now. You're going to have an impact on the downside to share dilution no matter how it plays out. But the only thing that is important is that you guys actually do vote. Now that this is off the table, it kind of takes the debate away. That was the whole point of Adam Aaron actually taking this off the table and not even letting people vote for this. But I do think you guys should still vote for the remaining 4 things that are still on the proposal. Now, overall, I do think that's a very great thing. Now, some people are probably asking themselves, why do we see this huge bounce earlier in the day to about $55.06 at our highest point, and then we immediately started to sell off? And it really comes down to the overall stock market. We were down quite substantially in the S&P and the Dow at one point today. We did see a quite substantial bounce towards the end of the day. We went up well, we were down at one point about 1% on the S&P, about 1.2% on the Dow at the lowest point. Now we did bounce from that, like I said, only closing down on the SPY 0.20%. AMC did not get such a strong bounce. At one point in the middle of the day, they did see that bounce, but we did continue to sell off. Now we are still dropping a little bit in after hours. The MACD is actually signifying we are seeing inflows to the stock. Keep in mind, you don't have to see a 1-to-1 ratio of buys to sells to see a stock go up or down. So I don't think apes are selling their positions. I really think this comes down to the overall market sentiment, and due to the fact we are still in this portfolio rebalancing of index funds and hedge funds. That is very important to keep in mind. You're going to see a lot of volatility in especially volatile stocks as hedge funds and institutions are rebalancing their portfolios. And as we do know, there's only about 10 to 15% last time we were updated the institutional investors in AMC. But with these large orders, you can have an impact on the stock, even if a majority of apes, like we've talked about many times, about 80 to 90% of AMC share is owned by apes. Even though most of those, like I said, they're not selling, you can still see an impact due to this portfolio rebalancing. So that is going to wrap up this video. Stay tuned later on into the night for a video about a potential AMC gamma squeeze. I don't want to drag this video out to 25-30 minutes long, so we're going to do this in 2 separate videos, so stay tuned for that. But just to sum up a little bit of what I said as far as the price action, what I do expect, I think this $50 level will be a huge support level, and then we're going to bounce back up to about $55. Wouldn't surprise me if it is tomorrow or throughout the rest of the week, and then from there you're going to see a solid support level at about that $55 price point. And then once you do get over 60 and especially over about $70, that's where you really see a lot of forced recalls start to take place and a lot of shorts getting out of their short positions for a multiple plethora of different reasons we have talked about many times on this channel. So stay tuned for the video later on into the rest of the night, guys. If you like the analysis that was provided to you in the video, hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel, as well as check out the links down below in the description to get free stock. There is a link for public, no deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account. Get up to $70 in your choice of free stock. It is literally free money, and they also send your orders straight to lit exchanges. They do not go to dark pools or companies like Citadel. They go straight to the lit exchanges. The only other brokerages that do not do that are Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, and then obviously Public, as well as deposit $100 with Webull, get 4 free stocks, each of them potentially worth up to $2,400 a piece. And you can actually turn off a setting in Webull that makes it unavailable for Webull to lend your shares out to hedge funds or institutions without you knowing about it. So that is why I do have those 2 links, as well as if you guys want to start winning on your options trade, check out the link in the description for the buy and sell alerts. Join a community of about 40 members strong that sources great information and just overall has a great time and into making money with the stock market, whether that's long-term investments, day trades, or even swing trades, stocks, options, and crypto. Check that out, guys. With all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.